It's a privilege to be able to stand here and pay tribute to Hefin. News of Hevin's passing at such a young age was a great shock to every single one of us in this chamber. And Hevin's mum, dad, his two daughters, family and friends have been very much in our thoughts and prayers in recent weeks, as of course has Vicky, our dear friend and colleague here in the Senedd. I cannot imagine the pain of their loss, but I want them all to know this: we care about you and we love you. It's difficult to put into words the shock of so suddenly losing a colleague. And many of us here in the Senedd had known Hefin, of course, for almost a decade. And it brings back difficult memories of other losses. You see, Hefin was so many things to so many people. He was a loving son, father, brother, partner, and friend. He was a caring boss, of course, to his staff. He was a much-loved colleague to so many of us right across the chamber in all political parties. He was a tireless advocate of his constituents in Caerphilly and a passionate campaigner, yes, for people with additional learning needs, long COVID, leaseholders, and the list goes on. He was indeed a talented academic, a social media wind-up merchant, as we often found out to our expense. And of course, he was a nuisance to the Welsh Government on many an occasion, something that we love to observe from these benches, but never quite sufficiently enough a nuisance to vote on our side, which of course was what we often hoped for. He was unfailingly stylish, always in his waistcoat, and he was a very confident, very competent debater and media performer. And he had that talent of being able to debate with warmth and humour and to disagree very, very well indeed without falling out with you, which was always a nuisance because sometimes we like to get angry and passionate with one another, but it was very difficult to fall out with him. And though he was very well travelled, you know, having experience teaching and working in places like Germany, Greece, India, and China, his heart was always in his community in Caerphilly, the place in which he was born and raised, a place that he served for many years, of course, first as a local councillor, and then as Caerphilly's Senedd member from 2016 onwards. Now, during Hefin's time here in the Senedd, I was fortunate enough to work with him on a number of issues. Hefin and I both shared a passion for our armed forces here in Wales, and of course he was a proud employer of an RAF reservist, Michelle Lewis. Together we sponsored a number of armed forces events, and we worked together to secure better recognition for reservists working in the Welsh Parliament by the Senedd Commission. We also spent time serving together on the Children, Young People and Education Committee in the last Senedd, where his expertise in education and his independence of mind really did shine through. In fact, he helped me get through many a long and dull meeting, I can tell you, with his sense of humour that could lighten those very long meetings. He knew how to make us laugh. But you know, one of the things which struck me when I attended Hefin's funeral were those conversations I had with individual constituents, unknown to most people there, just members of the public who came to pay their respects to a man as their elected representative who had worked his socks off for them and gone above and beyond in helping to solve their individual issues that they had brought to his surgery or raised with him in correspondence. He made a difference in their life, and he's made a difference in our lives too. And I want to express my personal thanks for the difference he made in my life and the life of my Senedd. We'll miss him dearly, and of course, we will remember Wyn and Christine, Holly, Caitlin, Sian, Vicky especially, and all of his loved ones in the weeks and months ahead. Thank you.